Let's take a look at the user interface on both the EVO 4G and Nexus S, and there's not going to be a lot of differences. They both use Android as their operating system. The EVO 4G Android 2.2 Froyo also has HTC Sense as part of its user interface. And the Nexus S runs Android 2.3 Gingerbread. So what's the difference? Well, you've got HTC Sense on the EVO 4G, and that's really the major difference. It's going to give you 7 different panels to customize as opposed to the 5 on the Nexus S. You're going to use HTC widgets as well as Android widgets to customize panels, along with application shortcuts, bookmarks, contact information, and folders. That's the weather widget, calendar widget from HTC, the clock and weather widget from HTC, their bookmark widget, music player widget, as well as a newsreader widget. Now, for the most part, you can go into the Android market and find widgets that look very similar and operate very much the same way as HTC widgets that you can use on the Nexus S. So really not a lot of difference there. One difference is you do have what are called scenes on the Nexus S, on the EVO 4G, which allows you to sort of change the overall look of the phone. Yeah, save the one I had, and we'll kick one in. We'll call that custom one. So you take a look at it, and now we're going to see that's the HTC look, and you can see it's changed the widgets, it's changed the wallpaper. So it's going to redo the phone depending on which one you pick. So that's a big difference as far as scenes. Take a look at main menus on both. No real difference here other than you get the really nice 3D animation on the Nexus S that you don't get on the EVO 4G. Also, notification systems are identical. As you can see, they put the notifications in a different order now on the Nexus S than they did on the EVO 4G, but getting the same notification system. Home keys, both of them act as, if held down, I'm going to call it a task manager. Basically, it brings up the last 8 apps that you had open, and again, tapping on A1 will take you directly to it. Also, from the home screen on the EVO 4G, tapping on the home key will give you a 7-panel overview that you can use as a shortcut system. Tapping on any one of those will take you directly to it. Oop, a little too far that time. Squeezing it together will get you back to the overview, and tapping on will take you back to the home screen. On the Nexus S, you'll notice down here at the bottom next to the bar, you've got dots on either side. Tapping on those will bring you through the different panels as well without having to swipe, and then again tapping on the home screen will get you back. One difference between the two, and again there really aren't a lot of differences, but if we go into the editor, swipe is available on the EVO 4G as far as an input method, which isn't on the Nexus S. On the Nexus S you get the Android keyboard. And again, both of them have speech to text. Even with swipe set up, you've got speech to text on both. You've got a nice shortcut for punctuation on the Nexus S. As far as attachments, they're laid out a little bit differently, but they both work the same way. You've got a direct link to pictures, and or basically to your camera, which I think is real slick, but you can go in here into pictures, and it'll take you directly to the camera as well. So both of those work pretty much the same. So there's really not a lot of differences as far as the user interface, other than you have HTC Sense offered on the EVO 4G. All right, what do you say we finish up our face-off with our browser comparison between the EVO and Nexus S? Again, I've got them both running off the same Wi-Fi network. Clear the cache and history off of both. Also, make sure you stop by smartphoneenvy.com, find out the winner of today's face-off, along with photos and video from both of the contestants. All right, let's say we kick this off. We'll head over to smartphoneenvy.com. And where is it? There it is. And we're off. Ooh, EVO looks pretty serious. And the Nexus S seems to lay in wait. EVO 4G was first, and Nexus S was behind it. Now do we get the flash? I know we got the flash right up at the top on 1. EVO 4G is very smooth. Double tap to zoom in. Multi-touch reformats it to fit the display. Responds very well. And the Nexus S, again, very smooth, great response. Just get that little hiccup when you first start, when you're in page overview. Once you zoom in, now it works very well. You can double tap to zoom out, double tap to zoom in, pinch to zoom, hit the back, rewraps the text, fit the display, moving around the page. It's all there. It has the whole thing downloaded. So both of them did very well. Let's head over to Engadget. Just do that as a speed test. There it is on one. And we're off. Nexus X, excuse me, the EVO 4G took round one. Nexus S looks a little bit upset about that loss. Nexus S is first. EVO's coming in right behind it. And the EVO is done. Both sites look great. Both of them rendered very well. Let's add a video up here. Let's kick that off on both for the new Motorola pad and see how that does. And those are off. Alright. So both of those handled that very well. Let's try one more, a little more speed. So over to slash gear. I think I've got that. Slash gear is right there. Slash gear, where are you? I know you're on here. Sorry about that. There we go. We're off. Neck and neck. Who's going to take it? Nexus S. So Nexus S took 2 out of 3 in the speed category. Both of them are very smooth when it comes to scrolling. I don't think there's a real winner there. They're both exactly the way they should be. Very smooth. It is nice that you get to rewrap automatically on the EVO, but not a huge deal. But both of them are do a great job of rendering the page, as you can see. Alright, there's a look at our browser comparison and our face-off. Today's face-off between the EVO 4G and Nexus S. I would say the reigning champion up against the upstart. And make sure you stop by smartphoneenvy.com. Check out the winner of today's face-off along with photos and video from both of the contestants as well as my written review. Hope it's been helpful. Take care.